This here is volume 2. Volume 2 from Sahih al-Bukhari, the most sacred book after the Holy Quran. And this here is the chapter of Jihad, so nobody says we're making things up. Chapter of Jihad. We will open the chapter of Jihad that is present in all of our mosques. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for importing these books from overseas. Segment number 7 in chapter 6 of volume 2, page number 223, as I have highlighted for you. I don't know how clear that is. I can provide you with scans if you like. The name of the chapter says it all. The name is called Bab Tamanni al-Shahada. The chapter of loving martyrdom. I want the Grand Mufti to answer me, what does this mean exactly? Because I know they will say it took it out of context. No problem. I'm an Imam and I've taken it out of context. You explain, please. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله والذي نفسي بيده لوددت أني أقتل في سبيل الله ثم أحيا ثم أقتل ثم أحيا ثم أقتل ثم أحيا ثم أقتل. What does that mean? It means that Prophet Muhammad says, I vow by God that I wish that I could be killed for the sake of Allah, then brought back to life, then killed, then brought back to life, then killed, then brought back to life, then killed once again, and then you go become a martyr and you go and you get your 72 virgins. And this is not something that we are just reading. This is not a magazine. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. The authentic. Sahih means authentic. After intense filtration for 1,200 years, this is what we have now come with to form the religion of Islam. So when you see its non-stop attacks towards the West, you know why. Because they themselves wish to die, come back to life, to die again, come back to life, and die and come and non-stop. This love for death that they have, I don't know where it comes from. Do you know where it comes from? It comes from this book. When you wonder, what is the root for terrorism? This book. This here. When the Muslim is taught that your Prophet wishes to die and come back to life once again, just in order to die again, you can't blame the 15-year-old and the 17-year-old and the 22-year-old to want to go and blow themselves up. You cannot blame them. This is in the book. And this book is in Australia. This book is... When I show you, the ABC says I'm playing crazy. When I'm silent, the right says we're crazy. So please, left and right, let me do my job. I'm here to raise awareness. Now, we've finished from an example. These are all examples I'm giving you. I cannot go through the whole book. Examples I'm giving you with regards to jihad. Now, the book, the very volume explains to us why the Prophet would say such a thing. According to Al-Bukhari. Why would the Prophet say such a thing? Very easy. You read in page 348. I'll lift it up again for you. 348. This says, segment number 11, chapter 59. It says, Bab Sifat Iblis wa Junudih. The characteristics of Satan, of Shaitan, of Satan and his soldiers. Then we have a testimony from Aisha. Aisha is the wife of Prophet Muhammad, who was also a terrorist after the life of Prophet Muhammad. She was leading an army that killed many people tens of thousands of people in Basra, also known by the Battle of the Camel. Aisha, this is the 7-year-old wife, apparently. According to us, according to our evidences, the more reasonable evidences, she was over 18, she was over 20. And we also have evidence that she was married and she had a child before she married Prophet Muhammad. But we won't get into that. All the Muslims haven't agreed upon her age. But what they have agreed upon is that she was either 6 to 13 by the 95% of the Muslims. The majority believe she was underage. Yes, I will not deny. Here, the very lady, Aisha, says, and Aisha, hadith number 3268. She says, سحر النبي حتى كان يخيل إليه أنه يفعل الشيء وما يفعله. It means that the Prophet Muhammad was possessed. He was possessed. He was a crazy, delusional man. To the extent, حتى, she says, حتى كان يخيل إليه, to the point that he would start imagining things. And he would consider that he has done things when he didn't do anything. So when you find the Prophet saying, I want to die and come back and die and come back, it's because they believe he's a delusional man. They believe he's a psychopath. They believe he's being possessed, which is even worse. How can an apostle of God be possessed by jinns? This is what they believe. Page 348. We're not making this up.